Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I'm doing an update of the incident in Illinois when, Marcellus Dinette was shot and killed by um, police. So the girlfriend who was the driver, her name is Tafara Williams. And for the first time, she's going to speak of what happened to them that night. Um, I'm on Benjamin Crump's Twitter, and I'm going ahead and play this video. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, reaction when I show you the video, but you will hear the audio of what this young lady is talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and I'm gonna continue the rest of my commentary.
Alice was sitting in the passenger seat, and an officer arrived and pulled up behind my parked car. He didn't turn on his lights or sirens. He got out the police car, so I rolled down my windows and turned on all the lights inside the car so the officer could see. I had no weapons, and I wasn't doing anything illegal. The officer called Marcellus by name. He asked me, was I Tafara? And told me I was Marcellus' baby mother. Then he started harassing Marcellus. He stood near the car with his left hand on his gun. And he said to Marcellus, I know you from jail. I asked the officer if we were free to leave. I asked him if we were under arrest. The officer took a few steps away from the car and got on his cell phone. I drove away very slowly because I was scared to get out of the car. I drove out to MLK and turned onto it. The officer was not following me. The police lights were not on. When I turned on to MLK, it seemed like there was another officer there waiting for us. There was a crash and I lost control. The officer was shooting at us. The car ended up slamming into a building. I kept screaming, I don't have a gun. But he kept shooting. He told me to get out of the car. I had my hands up and I couldn't move because I had been shot. Marcellus had his hands up. I kept asking him why he was shooting. Marcellus kept shaking. More officers came and were pointing their guns at us. My blood was gushing out on my body. The officers started yelling. They wouldn't give us an ambulance until we got out the car. When I moved, blood seemed to pour out of my body on the floor of the car, on the ground, everywhere, man. I could hear Marcellus still breathing. I told him, please don't shoot. I have a baby. We have a baby. We don't want to die. An officer dragged me away from Marcellus. I begged him to take him first because he had just got surgery not too long ago. They ignored me. They laid Marcellus on the ground and covered him up with a blanket while he was still breathing. I know he was still alive. And they took that away from me instead of letting... Oh, man. Sorry. He was still breathing. Oh, man. And they took me away instead of letting him. Man, they took me away. And allowed him to die. They wanted us to bleed out on the ground. They wanted us to die. Please take me home.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tafara Williams speaking on camera for the first time, talking about what happened between her and her late boyfriend, Marcellus Dennett, that night in Waukegan, Illinois. You know, ladies and gentlemen, when is enough enough? When is, they have not done anything wrong. There are no guns in the car. There are no drugs in the car. They killed an innocent young man. And they both were 19 years old. They were still young. It's obvious, ladies and gentlemen, that they are targeting not only men, not only women, but kids, our children. And again, just like I said with the incident in Philadelphia and what happened in D.C., they keep killing us one by one by one. And the people, they don't care. And so the thing of it is that we already know that election is coming up next week. But this is just more about this election. It's about survival. It's about our lives. And luckily, this young woman is alive enough to tell what happened that night. She would have been killed along with Marcellus Dennett. But it shows you how far the police will do to try to kill and get away with it. It's sad. It's real sad that this young lady have to relive what happened that night. She lost the love of her life and the father of her baby. It's tough. And again, like I said before, this is really sad, and I'm just basically showing you guys that a lot of people say that Black Lives Matter, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Black Lives really doesn't matter, because if it does, incidents like this would never ever happen. Now, I saw a video that white guys attacking a police cruiser, and the officer didn't do a damn thing. They didn't do a damn thing. No backup, no nothing. But then when you see two young couples, black couples, when you see these two young black couples minding their own business, enjoying themselves, enjoying their lives with their child, you see police officers is starting gun crazy, killing Marcellus Dennett and injured Tafara Williams. I told y'all, and Nigeria, you're going through this with the no SARS over in your country. We're going through this when white police officers can gun down black people like it was nothing. Man, I'm telling you, this really breaks my heart. Seeing a young lady, 19 years old, like I said, luckily she's alive, explain what happened that night when her and her late boyfriend, Marcellus Dennett, was gunned down by Waukegan police. They didn't done anything wrong. But you see all these patterns now. Stories after stories after stories of killing unarmed black men, unarmed black women, and unarmed black kids. And again, even if they were armed, they could have de-escalated the situation, but they haven't they? They shoot first and ask questions later. Well, they used to do that. They don't even do that. They just shoot and keep it moving. They were kids, y'all. They were 19 years old. They were still young. They were kids. And you're going to kill a person that they don't have guns, no drugs, nothing. All this shit has to stop. It has to stop, y'all. It seems to me they really want to go through, and they want us to go through this and hurt us. But I'm going to tell you like this. Y'all don't really want to go down that road. I'm telling y'all. You don't want another, oh, man. I'm just heartbreaking for this young lady here. You don't want to go, you don't want to go, y'all don't want another Christopher Dorner, Micah Johnson, and Gavin Long situation. You really don't want that to happen. But then if that happened, then the mainstream media gonna feel sorry for the police officers. And guess what? With the incident in Philadelphia, that's exactly what they did. They ain't focused on Walter Wallace Jr. They focused on these 20 Philadelphia police officers that were injured in the riots in Philly. See how they changed the narrative. See, this is, I'm telling y'all, y'all don't want another incident that happened with Christopher Dorner, Micah Johnson, and Gavin Long. I'm telling y'all don't want that, another incident, because this stories after stories after stories affected black people. They're affecting us. And I'm telling you, you know, how you going to, I mean, you killing us and using taxpayers' money to give them administrative leave until the investigation complete with taxpayers' money. This is what's so sad about this. They getting paid administrative leave using taxpayer money for doing this. And then again, my heart breaks for this young lady. And I'm glad that she's alive to tell this story. Because what if, along with Marcellus and Danette, what if these two people were killed and their baby is the only one that's still in the car? That baby gonna lose not only one parent, but two parents if she was killed. Luckily, she wasn't. Luckily, thank God she was alive. So y'all let me know what you think. Oh my goodness, this is really pissing me off. This is really getting out of hand now. But I'm glad that this young lady is still alive to tell her what happened that night. So y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. Rest in peace, Marcellus Danette. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.